Welcome back to Strategy and Snark. Today, we're going to Sorrowdusk Isle. To get there, you start in House Deneath, and you go way over here to the boat. At the boat, you can talk to Brother Mirashai, and he says that there's a sea captain that needs some help. I do like that this one puts you on the boat itself before you actually get into Sorrowdusk. Like, they could have just dumped you on the island, but they actually put you on the boat. So, Kurvik the Hound, his whole shtick is his pirate crew came here, got murdered by cultists. He only survived... Ooh, let's turn the volume back to where it should be. He only survived because this ogre over here saved him. Spared his life. There you go. Bruku, Elder of Grey Moon. So, we are sent over here to see if we can help out the ogres get rid of the cultists on their island. So, first thing he's going to do he's going to send us to go consolidate the ogre's power. It's not too far of a run into the island here. We will completely ignore the fact we are thinning the ogre's numbers. So, this chain... every single one of the quests we're going to basically do twice. Like, we're going to go into the iron mines, report back, come back, and kind of like Tangleroot, we're just going to come back and go a little bit farther than we did the first time. So, quest number 1. We need to free Achka. Off the top of my head, I don't remember if he is the old chief or if he's the son of the old chief. But either way, the point is, we need him in order for either him or the other chief to take control of the ogres again. So we're going to drop down into this hole on the left and take out the ogre leader, which... he drops the key. Right, and by ogre leader, I think they just mean big ogre. He's not actually the leader of the ogres, because otherwise, hooray, we have solved all the ogres' problems. This is a very deadly bridge. Especially if you are playing on elite mode at level. I'm going to pull the hireling to me. So, what you're supposed to do is walk in between. So it's going to pulse. We're going to put our shield on. We're going to run into the middle. And you just carefully run one at a time. These are force traps. So there is no force resistance for me to cast. I cannot reduce this damage other than more magical resistance rating. Alright, so once you're through there, we're at the end of the quest. There's the guy we want. When we get close to his cell, these earth elementals are going to pop up, so as soon as I click on the door... Really? Fine. As soon as I open the door, they pop up. Thank you. Achka, son of Harag. So this is the son of the elder, or the leader. So, look at that. That was 500 XP. No treasure chest. Yeah, it was... It would have been under 2 minutes if I wasn't explaining what I was doing. Or if you just run through the trap. But still, there's... Unlike a lot of the other really old packs, Sorrowdusk has not got an update or a revamp of any kind. There's no epic mode. And I never see anybody on the forums going, man, when are they going to revamp Sorrowdusk? It's always like, no. People just don't even come here. But maybe it's not as bad as I remember. One of my biggest problems with this pack, we're already seeing it. Backtracking. Alright. Okay, so we have rescued the sun, but the ogre are staying loyal to Grust. So what are we going to do? We're going to go kill Grust. So with the bad ogre dead, all the ogres will go back to following the original leader. And then we don't have to worry about the ogres running up behind us. What does this have to do with cultists? Fuck all. We're really just helping the guy out so that he will then help us go find the cultists. Alright. Back in. Acquire key to Grust's lair. Oh, I apparently left the hireling in the previous quest. Fine. Now we will move forward. Don't even really need any of my buffs. Alright. Stop me if you heard this one. We're going to walk forward, kill some ogres, go to the left, fall down this hole. Off the top of my head, I don't remember if you actually have to go here again, but... Okay, you can skip. How hilarious would it have been if it was just like, click, you're trapped forever. You walk in there, some other ogre closes the door, and the only way to open it is on the outside. Just... They ain't that smart. You know they didn't build the doors to begin with. Alright, gonna wait for the ogres to come to us, so we're not trying to fight them in the middle of the trap. Come on, ogre. Here, ogre, ogre, ogre. Alright, and then once again, we're going to run one trap segment at a time. Being careful not to let the very old hit detection get you. Because you might think you're safe, but these old traps, man, they've got a way bigger hitbox than it looks. Oh look, the earth elementals are already up. And already getting lasered by a hireling. Alright, now we can go through this door. We couldn't go this way before. So now we're going to go a little further. Let's see, there's a hole. We do need the key to Grust's lair. Nope. That's a rust monster. That's not the right way. You can kill the rust monster for a little XP. But you saw how much XP we got for completing the quest. Like, yes, I am 4 levels over. I thought one of those side ogre rooms was the key. So we're gonna head further. One moment. Alright. Apparently I've been under attack the whole time that the toddler was fighting going to bed. Fortunately, I'm on normal mode. I can't quite remember where this key is. Is it because it's just on the way in? Whenever it says, like, acquire key, my first thought is I have to go down a side path to get it. Nah, it was just literally in... The key is literally in front of the door you use the key on. Alright. So these side doors are going to open up, and they have more ogres in them. So if you are playing on a higher difficulty, you might pop these doors open now. Just to make sure there's not as many things to sneak up behind you. Especially if you have somebody who's going to stand a little farther back, like a wizard or an archer of some kind. Just don't want to accidentally aggro them. Can't get in the locked ones. So we're going to beat up Grust, and then the quest is over. And he has some trolls. You do actually have to kill the trolls. It is technically plot relevant that he has trolls. I don't know why I even opened that. So, more XP, because we went a little further. The XP is going to ramp up as we go, so it's not all 500 XP a shot. But, got to run back to Bruku. He's going to send us to a new place. I'm currently listening to see if the baby tries to sneak out of his room again. Anyway, the first 2 quests, I guess, they're not too bad. Kind of remind me of Tangle Root. And it's not that I mind the Tangle Root paradigm of go a little farther than last time. It's that we're going to do that 4 more times. Every single place we have to go. And this place is a way longer walk. Every single one of them, we have to go there, do half of it, walk back, go back, do it again. And they don't change that much between runs. So, like, already, it's like, alright, we're going pretty far. And then what? We go back. So you get a little bit of your Slayer done. I often miss the turn here, so I'm just keeping an eye on my map. So, Bruku is concerned about the trolls. So, the trolls are a completely separate tribe from the ogres, and the fact that there were trolls helping the usurper means that the trolls need to be put down too. So, the trolls have apparently taken over the old cave. And Bruku want cave back. So gotta kill Hammerfist and all the Hammerfist's trolls. And the ogre collaborators are gonna maybe die on the way. Alright. We are supposed to kill all the trolls. I don't want to accidentally leave a troll behind because I don't bother opening doors. See, there's a troll. There are 9 trolls left. Chances are there's a troll in this one too. I'm pretty sure I've done that before, that I just ran forward. And then I had to go back for the one troll. And in a quest chain that is built on repetition, you don't want to have to run through the whole quest again. So, this room has some side paths. You're supposed to climb up a ladder and beat those guys up, but there's a couple doors on the lower level before you do that. Got yourself a black pudding. Black pudding will split when you hit it. I believe it's slashing specifically. Just double checking that my crystal weapon does not die to oozes. It does not. It's always nice to get that confirmation. Because I didn't even cast my buff. I believe that the buff will stop future weapons from getting damaged, but just in case. Alright, now we can go up. This looks a lot like the place we were just at. Like, in quest number 2, we had to go, like, up a ladder, kill some ogres, go through a very similar hallway. So, there's some scorpions here. You do not need to go either of those directions. There's just some scorpions. I want to say there's a rest shrine over there. That one's a rest shrine. I don't even remember what's that way. I don't go that way. Down is the correct way. Maybe one of these days I will explore every inch of every quest. Look for all of the things that normally get missed. But that's not this series. So, Hammerfist is way over there. I want to fight him over here. Hammerfist. Yeah, that's right. I'm quite aware of all of your bullshit traps. So we still have to kill 2 more trolls, which I believe are up these ladders. This is the backside of a ladder. There's 2 troll shamans, if I remember right, that pop out of these doors. We haven't hit the cutscene trigger to make them come out of their rooms. We have to go over there. So, you see these traps? These traps are angled. So these ones shoot forward, these ones shoot back. So there's like these diamond patterns as you go. They are very, very bullshit. You cannot trust anything that you see in there. Don't do it. So we're going to try not dying. You will get hit by the trap if you are just running on top of these things. I mean, I'm on normal mode. I will show you. So even jumping along these is not quite enough. See, there was a trap. Bonk. And if you're playing on hardcore, you dead. because this is a force trap and you can't, there's no way to resist it. It's going to make sure the hireling doesn't die. So there's, when you get to the other side, the trolls pop out of their doors up there and they go to join the fight. So, left side. Can you left side run? Nope. So you see, you've got these diamonds here, right? You should be safe standing here. This is the designed intention, is that you step in this very specific way and you make it through, just like we did the other one. But you'll notice these things fire off really fast. There's also 2 per shot, so they count as 2 separate traps. So you'll take damage twice, and even the smallest amount of lag, and you're standing there instead of here, and you're dead. Like, I don't even think I can time that. Oh, see? I took damage from over here. You saw where I was. I was just a tiny bit forward. I took damage. So, yeah. Right now, I'm on normal mode. Maybe you're not on normal mode. Best way to get through that trap is don't go through the trap. We need on the other side. We need on the other side twice. So what we're going to do, if you're doing this quest on a hard difficulty, okay, come prepared. Come with some form of haste. I don't believe I have a haste potion in my inventory. So I didn't bring one. Bring haste. You cast haste, you get yourself a running jump. And with haste, you can land over here. Maybe I'll even go get a haste potion. Actually, oh man, if I have it with me. I have it with me. All right, I have a haste potion. Let's do this right. I don't actually have a haste potion. What I have is good enough as a haste potion. We're going to borrow this hireling. I have this from the Feywild Collector's Pack. We'll dismiss him, but for the purposes of showing that haste works, give me a haste, please. Okay. Assuming I'm going to cut to the successful attempt here. So, we summon. I'm summoning the Feywild Muse in order to use its haste ability. Bring a haste potion. You can just buy them in the harbor. They're not harbor. I'm pretty sure you can buy them in the marketplace. Find some form of haste. If you're playing this on like hardcore. Get your haste up. We're going to land right on this piece of the trap. Go halfway down the rest of the bridge and then jump to that piece of extended ground right there. And so we'll skip the first section entirely by feather falling right there. Make sure you have feather fall, obviously, or you dead, okay? If we ever do a jump, it's because feather fall. So haste, jump there, take like 2 steps, and then jump that corner, and you'll be safe. So here's the haste. Here's the jump. Land. Jump away. You do not have a whole lot of time, but if your character's life depends on it, go and practice, honestly. Come in here on normal mode, like I did. On normal mode. And jump that a couple times. Then go back on elite once you've got the rhythm down. Because if you Okay, well, normal mode on a normal server, not hardcore. If you fall down there, you're dead. I am almost certain that there's no way back up. I do not see the top of a ladder anywhere. Once more for good measure. Haste. Boing. Couple steps. Yeet yourself to the side. And you'll get past both of those traps and you won't be dead. I'm going to go ahead and dismiss the Feywild Muse because we're not using the pay-to-win hirelings today. But that's how you get by. I don't need to worry about it because I'm on normal mode. I can survive running through the trap. But if you want to do it right, that's how you do it. I lost a cleric on Hardcore League to that trap before because I ran where I was supposed to be. I was very dead directly in the middle of the trap where it's not supposed to do damage. I saw that trick, like I was just Googling. I was Googling, looking for how, I was angrily Googling, how the hell do you get through this trap? Saw that on YouTube. Don't remember whose video it was. It was a long time ago. But saw it on YouTube. We'll never forget that that's how you're supposed to do it. Yeah, I halfway remember jumping the whole way, but that's why you do things on normal mode first. I was very not prepared for hardcore. So, I killed all the trolls, and he says, nuh-uh. Like, seriously, that's the next quest. Go and actually kill all the trolls. We went and killed all the trolls, came back, he said, no, you missed some, try again. And we go back, we do it again. That's the quest. Including having to jump over that stupid trap again. Come on, horsey, give me a little bit of my life back here. If you've watched any of these videos, you know I don't like backtracking. And I'm not particularly a fan of repetition in general. Here we go again. We're gonna kill some more trolls. So we're gonna double check the doors. I'm pretty sure there aren't any trolls on this first half. I think they did at least lore-wise do that. We won't see any more trolls till we get into the second half of the quest. But just to be sure, because you don't want to have to come back. It's very quiet. I kind of don't mind when they do it like this, where like you're going back and you know you're going back and you literally just killed everything here, so only the optional things are alive between the entrance and where you stopped. There was no good lore reason why you didn't kill all the trolls, though. You could have just... If they ever do revamp Sorrowdusk, it better be to remove going to these quests twice. Just let you do each of them once. Let me kick down the door on the other side of Trap Bridge and just kill everything on the other side of it. Don't make me run through the empty quest. The mostly empty quest. To be fair, I did not kill all of the scorpions. Don't make me run through the empty quest. Oh no. The trolls. So, that door was locked. We couldn't go through it before. We're going to attempt to jump the trap. I don't have haste. I'm not going to summon the Feywild guy because the quest is still in progress, but we can get most of the way. Still took a hit. I wasn't sure of my positioning there. Do you have to jump? That's a question I want to know. No, you do not have to jump. You can just hold forward and run along those. Okay. Let's do... I have 15% striding. Let's see if I can do it with 15% without taking damage. Jump with what I have. Land, run, jump. There we go. Don't even need haste. I'm going to do it one more time just to make sure it wasn't a fluke. 15% is what I have. Haste is 30% speed boost. So, we have to aim a little earlier because without haste we can't land there. We land here. So, boing. Don't jump and didn't quite make it. So it was a fluke I made it the first time. Oh well. Possible. And if nothing else, I'm taking 1 tick of damage instead of 8 or whatever if you accidentally step in the wrong spot. You should be able to survive 1 tick of that even on elite at level. Traps, I don't believe critical hit, so if you only take 1 tick of damage by jumping on the bridge and then off the corner, you should be okay. Assuming you're not playing something squishy with very little HP. But if you're on hardcore, you're built for HP by default. So, we have to climb up the ladder and pull a lever to make the bridge go down. For some reason, the shaman optional guy doesn't count as one of the trolls, so you could complete the kill all the trolls quest despite not having killed all the trolls. And there's my lever. Thank you, door. Thank you for making the quest that much longer. I'm gonna give the quest a compliment. I like when you have traps that are undisarmable, like that bridge trap, as long as there's an intended way of getting through. So like that trap wouldn't bother me so much, except that the hit detection is so, like, you have to be so precise in an online game that like lag is like the default. Like, you're gonna get hit by that trap and it's not gonna be your fault. That doesn't feel fair. It was players that figured out the jump with haste, hit the bridge, and then bounce off. Not the map maker. So we finally meet one of the cultists. This cultist has a lot of scary spells. Hit the cultist hard. I believe I've been blinded before. I think he does light spells, so if you're playing like a Pale Master, be careful, because he can go and laser you for quad effective damage. Depending on what undead form you're in. I want to say there's some scorpions around the bottom you can go kill for optional XP too. I'm not Not gonna do it. I've back in the day, back when the level cap was like 20, maybe even 16. I have had trouble with that boss on like an old character, so I'm always a little hesitant about him. Spellcaster bosses in general, you have to be careful about red name boss spellcasters, because a lot of the things I do to spellcasters to stop them from just shooting me to death doesn't work on bosses. Can't stun them, can't trip them, can't really interrupt them in any way. You just have to damage them down before they cast too many of their spells. Alright. Talk to Bruku one more time. Now that we've actually killed the trolls. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. I don't know why my horse is not on. We're almost there. Alright. The cult of Dark Six returned to Sorrowdusk. I know! That's why I'm here. We're only here because the pirate guy told us they were here. So, he gives you a reward for saving his tribe, which is nice. Freezing Ice Guard is pretty cool. Is that better than our old shield? Probably. Yeah, we're going to take the Freezing Ice Guard shield. What that does is, when people hit us, they will have a chance of being frozen. Of course, it's a shield. So, up. It's a shield, so we're not going to see it that often. But, you know, when we have to pull out the dart to kill somebody at range, it'll be nice to just occasionally auto-freeze them. Make sure you remember to talk to him a second time to pick up the next stage of the quest. Otherwise, you're going to be walking a long way back. Now it's time for quest number 3, basically. It's... on paper, it's the 5th quest. And so doing 4 quests in, it's been 40 minutes if you don't count needing to go handle the toddler. 10 minutes a quest is not a bad rate. Just in general, we're going way too far. I'm going to pull left. Troll tunnel to the top of cliff. This is not the quest. This is just more walking to where the quest is. You have to go in this cave, round the corners. I'm not even going to fight the trolls. Hi, troll. Bye, troll. And out the top. So this is the Ogre Chieftain. It was his son that we rescued in the first quest. He will not talk to us yet, because we already have a quest. We're on our way to rescue some ogre prisoners from the cult. Now, Bruku just said, oh no, the cult is here. So how does he know that there's ogres that need saving? Temple of the Six. What are the six? They are 6 evil gods. They're just kind of collectively worshipped by, bad people. So we are going to free the ogres. In order to free the poor ogres, we need to be able to unlock the door. So we need the jail key. The jail key is being held by the jailer. If I remember right, he's right in here. I apparently did not remember right. This place is just a square. So we just go in a circle till you find him. There are a bunch of like hidden optionals. Hidden treasure, little side paths. I will get bonus XP for finding those doors because of the Ring of True Seeing as we walk by. I'm not going to open any of those. And down. Just continuing the square. Did I really just straight up pick the wrong direction? Can't go that way. If we could go that way, we could skip an entire quest. Kind of like Tangleroot. This could just be... This didn't need to be 2 quests. There weren't even any prisoners in that room. Alright, so apparently I just went the exact wrong direction because I don't do this quest very much. If I do Sorrowdusk, I'm coming through here over level on Elite just for the favor. There's the jailer. Jailer's key, get. And you have to actually tell the ogres that they are free. If you just open the door, that's not good enough. You're free. If you're doing this quest optimally, for the least amount of backtracking, turn left when you walk into the quest, get the key, and then just immediately turn around and go the way that we did before. You don't need to go over here at all. Like, this hallway is a waste of effort. Don't forget the one in the middle. So this left hallway is a waste of effort, especially if you're like on elite mode or something and you don't want to risk like fights you don't have to fight. Don't go over there. Go boop, get the key, and then go around the other way. Which is what I was intending on doing. I just forgot the key was on the other side. Alright, one more little jaunt. There's 2 ogres right here. There are no ogres in the left corner. So if you go boop, get key, get those 2, the one on the way over here, those two. You skip this room, and 1, 2, 3 hallways worth of bad guys. Not to mention you don't have to backtrack nearly as much. That one's on me. I remembered wrong. Going the wrong way first. So, now we're going to go talk to the chief. Hey, I saved your son. I saved your cave. I saved all your ogres. What you got for me? Come on, horsey. I'm just going to jump over these guys. Fine. Fine. You hurt my horsey. Now you all die. Are you happy? You happy, ogre? You happy, trolls? I don't think they're happy. So, now, ogre slaves free. Killed some clerics. Oh, by the way, there were some whites. Did you see some whites? I didn't see any whites. Men are trying to bring back Dark Temple, blah, blah, blah. Go back. Get book. If I could have gone through the big glowy door and murdered all the obvious cultists on the other side of it, we would be skipping this step. I would have just walked back here, been like, hey, I put a sword through this book. Is that okay? And he would have been like, good adventurer. We're up to level 8 quest now. Because for some reason, the levels on these quests just keep going up as you go. So you can go in here at level 6, do the first couple quests, and then you have to either push through doing quests that are then... Really? Since when was there a trap there? Shows me not paying attention. There's a trap there. Is there a trap on this side too? Nope. Of course, I also don't usually stop to fight the bad guys. Alright. We just have to go around into that door we couldn't go in before. Oh, we're desecrating their temple. Alright. Snark aside, like, I don't dislike the small quests. I don't dislike I don't dislike the concept of go back to the quest to do something different. It's just we're not doing something particularly different. We're literally going through the exact same place and going literally one room deeper. It feels very like forced padding, which is weird because I don't think they were under any, like, I don't think they had to get X number of quests out to keep their bonuses or anything at the time. It's just kind of weird that every single one of these you have to go back to. Like, I didn't realize that Three Barrel Cove did it basically 3 times. You know, if you count the 2 different obstacle courses as basically the same quest. They're different, but they're the same idea. This one is like... Like, we went one room. Killed a few undead. That was it. Yoink. We out. It was literally one room. We came all the way back here to go one room deeper. To kill 3 guys. That seems like a very skippable step. I like the one where you run through half the empty quest, like from a flavor point of view. I like that they acknowledge that you already killed everything in that first half. But it would be more novel if we didn't have to do the exact same thing in every other quest, and it's not acknowledged. So we give the book to the ogre, and while he's reading it, looking for clues as to what we need to do to stop the whatever they're doing, we're just going to go do some good old-fashioned smashing. Find a way into the Temple of the Six. Sorrowdusk Temple. So, we just walk in the front door. The door is shut behind us. That is to my knowledge, a unique thing that only this quest does. That you straight up need to find a different exit than the one you came in. No, there was the Salt Marsh. Salt Marsh had that one quest where you just jump in a hole and you can't climb back out. But yeah, they literally closed the door behind you in this quest and you can't get out. So we need to find the temple's main worship hall. I'm just following the main path. I am not deviating. Not deviating. Every time I have a choice to turn, I don't. There we go. The main hall. Featherfall. And we're just going to punch this altar. One down. We're going to keep going in the direction that we were facing when we jumped down. And we're going to call the hireling to ourselves. There's another altar right here on our way. You need to make sure you call your hireling to you, because otherwise it's going to run through the entire quest trying to get back to you, because it doesn't realize you jumped. So we went straight, ignoring all possible other paths until you get to the bridge. Jump off the bridge, keep going straight. So 1, 2, there's 3 more. First one was right ahead of us, so I really should have broken this and said there's 2 more. We have made the only navigation I have done is jumping off of that bridge instead of just continuing to run forward. Kill these guys. This leads you up to where the bridge would have connected. So if you get back to the bridge, you went too far. We turn. And around the corner is another one. Although now I think I did want to go. Is it up or down? I think I did want to go up there. Alright, so by this one there's a lever. It opens up this door here. Stick your head through it, and the DM should say, hey, you found the way out. Hey, we found the way out. That would be the end of the quest if I had remembered. The other one is right here. I got a little ahead of myself trying not to go the wrong way. So that's the exit to the temple. So we will run the rest of the way up to where the bridge connects. Bridge? Oh, apparently it does not connect to the... Oh, that's probably what connects to the bridge. Whatever. Yeah, way down here was the other one. Now I see it, and I'm like, damn it, I remember that now. So, perfect navigation. Follow the main run. When you get just always going straight, get to the bridge, jump off. Boom, kill one, keep going straight. Boom, second one. I want to say the third one was right there around that corner. You just keep ignoring everything, going straight till you hit this one we just did. Then you backtrack to that first intersection right there. Boom, last one, lever, out. This is a pretty big area. Like, there's legitimately a lot of extra little paths you could go down, especially in this first half, that you could explore around. I think there's like another glass spider mini boss in there somewhere, if I remember right. There's stuff to find. It's just not the stuff that finishes the quest. And especially when we have to go talk to the ogre, give him a high five, and then go back to the exact same quest. We come in from that back door next time, though. That's something. That's something. Coming into the same quest from a different direction, that's at least something. Altars are down. Blah, 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 blah. They're raising old priests. Okay, I'll go kill everything. Again. This quest has almost beaten me a few times. Because as you are heading to this quest, you are... Really? Gonna knock me off my horse? There's only one appropriate response to that. There is something that they have very, very rarely used up to this point, and almost never used since. There is a door that you have to break down. And you can't break it down unless you have enough strength. So we're going to go fight through the bushes to get through the back door. If you did that quest and walked out the back door, you would have spawned here, and you would have known, oh, I'm actually at the back door. Since I used recall, we popped in the one we walked in. But this is the back door. You just veer off, go through the bushes. There's the back door. Follow the big blinky yellow door. So, there's a door you need to break down. If you don't have enough strength, can't break the door down. There are two or three... There's two workarounds off the top of my head. First, we got to get there. So, puzzle. Not even a trapped puzzle. I mean, unless you count all of these corpses that are going to be laying on my puzzle tiles. Doop, 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 doop. Solving these backwards is almost always going to be easier than solving them forwards. Get out of my way, hireling. It's bad enough all the corpses are there. Let's see. Up there is fine, that's fine, that's fine. So we just have to connect it to the power. And done. Yep. Conveniently, because it's the map you were just on, you have your map still. We want to go to those last two altars. They don't actually tell you what you're supposed to be doing in this quest, but you're supposed to be going to where those last two altars were and lighting up all the runes. You may have noticed that there was stuff on the other side of locked gates that you couldn't get into before, and now you can. Doop, 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 doop. Hello? Oh. When this one completes, it opens this door, and there's a Mephit to fight. Mephits are kind of annoying because they stealth really easy, and they have a very high chance of spawning another Mephit when they die. So, just keep swinging at them. The fire ones aren't too bad. The fire ones cast Burning Hands or some other low-level spell that... whatever. But the air Mephits can blind you, or at least put up a big old cloud, like an obscuring mist or something, I think it is. I want to say dust Mephits can do it too, but the air Mephits are more common. Hello, Mephits. Goodbye, Mephits. This is where the AoE of 130-something% strike through comes in handy. Alright. This is where our second one that we smashed in the last quest was. And there is this big ominous door that's now open. So you came in this quest, straight to this puzzle, around to that puzzle, around, and now we have the door. So kind of do like an M. And it's in here that we run into that door I mentioned. We have 18 strength. We should be able to knock these doors down just fine. Yeah. If you swing at the door and it looks like chips fall off, you're fine. Get you a lever. Next door is open. Gonna push forward. And we're gonna do it again. I know there are things in here because they weren't quite stealthed when I opened the door. This lever is behind the sarcophagus. Sneaky. You never have to go into the north ones. It's the south one each time. You can just ignore the north ones. So, I mentioned, if you can't open these doors, what are the other ways to open them? If you are a rogue or artificer, or otherwise have lock-picking ability, these count as locked doors, because they're closed. You can pick the lock. It doesn't look like it's a pickable lock, but you can pick these locks and they'll just swing open. I think the knock spell works on them too. I'd have to go and test that, but usually if open lock works, then knock should also work. Although the door might not have been programmed as a valid target for knock. But the other one, the one that I don't think enough people know about, is Burning Hands. So like the little flame blast spell, the little level 1 spell, will damage and open these doors. So if you know that you can't open the door, you could find some Mephits, find some fire Mephits, drag them over to the door and put your back to the door and block. And eventually they'll breathe fire and blow the door out from behind you. Alternately, if you're like a Dragonborn, you can get the fire breath attack in your racial tree. I don't put points in the racial tree, but you could. To just get through the quest. Monk has that Burning Hands ability it's literally just Burning Hands, which you use key instead of MP. That works on the door. There's I believe Carnival Pack has an Eternal Wand of Burning Hands. That works on the door. You just burn the door down like that. If you're a wizard, you can also just cast Fireball. Fireball will blow this goddamn door off of his hinges in one shot. Just boom! Just things that can damage the door. It works. In a pinch, you can't do any of those things. You can also use hirelings. I don't have it with me. Nope. But, for example, the Scarecrow hireling from the Mists of Ravenloft expansion, the adventure pack, that you have to buy a separate one. The special edition of that one came with basically a fighter hireling that's a Scarecrow, which is how I learned that the Scarecrow, or any fighter with trip on its bar, you can just walk up to the door, force them to be right up next to you, and command them to trip, and they'll just... That was a cleric hireling. Okay, that was a cleric hireling. I warped him up to the door, and he smushed the door. So, in a pinch, make the hireling do it. You cannot command them to attack the door, but if you click on... Well, if you make them aggressive, they might just knock the door down trying to get the enemies on the other side. That's what happened right there. And then we'll kill Potato Face. Prelet Vendisto. Then hit the lever. So, I think there's an optional fight in the next room that you don't have to do, but that's where the chest is. I don't care. We turn this way and go out this door, and there's going to be some mephits that attack us, but just don't stop. Door behind you shuts. Oh no. We don't have to fight the mephits if we just don't stop. And they count this as... This is legitimately the door to the next quest. See, there's all those mephits, and they are going to be super distracted by my hireling and not get to me before I recall. It's cute that they put that door there, because there's no way you could go and talk to the guy to be able to go in right now, but that was just the door. We got to go high-five the ogre before we can go any deeper. But yeah. I have occasionally been on a character. I think the one that stopped me the longest was... Really? I was on my monk. I was on a reincarnation. And I was a dexterity-based monk, so I didn't bother putting any points in strength, and I think I was even a halfling, so I had even less strength. I suppose I'll stop for the rare encounter. You know that this rare encounter has spawned when the treasure chest is just in the middle of the walkway. 500 XP for that. That's the XP we got for the first quest. We got it as a rare encounter. Anyway, I was in that quest as a monk with like 10 strength, and I couldn't break the door down. I had to leave. I couldn't do anything. I then later went back and figured out all of the different things you could use to open that door. Apparently, just the freaking cleric hireling will do it for you. Who are you? Ruthok Horig will open that door for you. He didn't open the first two doors, but, yeah, maybe he will. You can just go find any fighter hireling with trip on their bar and just click the trip, and he'll just kick the door, because they just do the animation right where you click. Yep, there were mephits. He goes, there were mephits, you better go back. Now this is a new quest, or a new area. We've done our 2 in that part of the temple. Now we do 2 in the next part of the temple. This one's not so bad. I will say, this time, it doesn't feel like it's the same thing twice. It's one of those, we're going to go left and we're going to go right, and then on the revisit, we go straight. So technically, you're not actually treading over any ground that you did before. Works for me. I'm fine with doing a different thing in the area I was in before. I should have put my horse back out. And we're allowed to walk back in the front door again. I think going in the front door is actually just a shortcut for saying, I went down there, I walked through the entire other quest, and I went to that door that we weren't allowed to go in. Now, we're just going to, boop, fast forward to this spot. Now, if the ogre would have just walked over here, so he'd step out of the quest, give him the high five, turn around, go back in, that'd be better. So, lots of methods here. Back up to the doorway. Methods. See, look at that disorientation there. Methods still follow the rules of... What am I trying to say? They can't walk through you. So by backing up into the middle of the doorway, you are stopping them from being able to flank around you. Because I'm standing here, so they're not allowed to. So I'm limiting their numbers, and because I can just sweep in front of me, we killed all those methods. Definitely don't run over here and fight them right here, because they will be all around you. They'll blind you. They'll shoot fire at you. I took a decent little bite of damage. This is only normal mode, and I have 10 built-in fire resistance, and I still took a little chunk of damage. Make sure your fire resistance is up. Fight in the doorway. Better yet, throw down like a wall of fire or some other damaging thing there, and back up another step, because that'll break all of their stealth when they take the damage walking through whatever your persistent damage effect is. They'll take damage, break their stealth, and then you can snipe them down or whatever your class does. So, this is another one of those jerk trap rooms. So not only is there trap here, which I believe is a dart trap, so we're not really worried about dart traps. My 15% striding was enough to outrun it. Kill the cultists, because they will actually run around and break sarcophagus, and whites will pop out. Like if I hit this, there should be a white. Apparently it doesn't work when I do it. How about you? Look, a white. So we're going to go around the corner and kill the other one, too. Where'd you go? Alright, I guess we'll just kill all the whites and just skip to the negative level. Boo! My HP, SP, penalty to attack, save, skill, everything. Everything goes... Muh. They used to not wear off. If I sit here for a minute or 3, I don't remember how long it takes, they'll wear off. They didn't used to. You used to have that negative level until you finished the quest or rested at a shrine. They were rough. So, what we want is that little glowy fire thing up there. I can just barely... There we go. The summoning fire. We want to kill that. There are blade traps all through this little stairwell thing. And since it's up high, I can't range it very effectively. I would be very happy if I could just throw my dagger and get him. But I can't. So, one of the ways I've done this room is you target the thing, tell the hireling to go. If nothing else, it will reveal the location of the trap. So, big, wide blade trap. And when he runs back through it, summon him. Those summoning fires are going to continuously spit out methods. Will you stop running into the trap, please? Until I tell you to do it again. They will not stop summoning methods. However, my disposable minion here has done a pretty decent chunk of damage to it. So if you're playing on like elite mode or something and you've got hirelings available, you can just use them as disposable meat sacks and make them go handle it. If you're a wizard, you might be able to angle a fireball at that back wall and the explosion will hit the thing, but I don't know if it takes fire damage. Let's reveal the trap on this side, please. Exact same trap. Come to me, please. And you're going to stay here this time. So see, he dragged all those methods here before already. There's more of them because it'll just keep spawning methods. And methods themselves spawn methods. I'm trying to do this without getting hit by the trap. I'm going to tell him to go. I'm going to jump on this. Nope, didn't work. Ow. We got hit by that trap 3 times. Just in that very short amount of time we were there. 3 ticks of damage. That is a dead character. I don't know if it'll let me run the top. Okay, it'll let me... Really? You see that? I came down and it still hit me with the corner of that trap. And it didn't matter that I jumped over that first one. We're gonna try this again. We're gonna feather fall through the doorway, not just feather fall down and walk. We're gonna feather fall through the doorway. That's how you get out. But don't take it for granted, apparently. On hardcore, I did that by throwing the hirelings at it. Dart trap. Dart traps are legitimately rolling against your armor class. So, miss, no damage. Blurry, that's what I wanted to show you. My bottle of mist with 20% miss chance, for some reason, blurry counts against dart traps. Don't know why. Just a cool little quirk. So if you have blur or displacement the spells, they will also help you get through there. But the dart traps aren't the dangerous ones. Alright. This is a very deadly fire trap, if memory serves. Hello, fire trap. Can you count the number of fire traps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They don't count as a single damage source. They count as 8 damage sources. Like, seriously. Seriously. Alright. Is there anything over there I can target? No? Forward, back? Go! Oh, the Green Guardians. That's I think that's a callback to Tomb of Horrors right there. The green face. Yeah. Fire is a little easier to deal with. You cast fire resistance, you'll drastically reduce the damage you take. You can use Fire Shield, which is a level 4 spell that I think you can sometimes get potions of it out of even just your little daily roll. What are we going to get? We're going to get a potion of Fire Shield? No? That would have been too perfect. So, yes. Fire resist will get you through that one. It's still scary. And we've got our summoning fire. Come on. Can I trip it? Wouldn't that have been something? Trip it, the whole thing just flips over. And one on the other side. Bonk, 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 bonk. And the last one is just further straight down the hallway. There's going to be some cultists on the left and right, so you can kind of spook them and then come back around the corner. Or the hireling can just kill that guy because we're on normal mode. There is a chest right there. It's very trapped. It's very trapped. Big old fire. I mean, I have fire resist. Open the chest and boom. Fire trap. I'm on normal mode, so I can just loot it. If you're on elite mode, go and finish the quest first. Then come open it in case it kills you. But it is just fire. I say just fire, but seriously, if you can cast fire resist, then that makes those fire traps significantly less dangerous. If you have fire resist and fire shield, they will stack together and you will basically not take damage. Boom. Quest done. If you're doing this quest on hardcore, don't forget that this is a level 10 quest. Don't just do the entire Sorrowdusk chain in one setting. Come back later. I think you can be 2 levels over, so come back at level 12. Level 11 is a big level for casting fire resistance. Level 11 is when it goes from only giving me 20, like this is only going to go up to 30. Next level, it's going to go up another 10. So that's an extra 10 resistance you're going to have by remembering that Sorrowdusk levels raise as you do the quests. Make sure you've got your higher level fire resist. Also, I would say do it in the order I did it. Go do the blade trap one first, because you can safely get out of that room, and it's only a dart trap on the way in. Alright. So the blade trap you can get out of. And honestly, the blade trap's a scary one. The fire trap looks scarier, but you should be bringing fire resistance and probably a potion of fire shield. You can find one somewhere. If nothing else, save a potion of fire shield from your little silver rolls. Last quest. You don't want to have to be running in and out of that fire area. So that's why I say do the blade first. Then you only have to run through the fire trap once. Church of the Fury. Last quest. We're walking into the exact same place we previously were. But we are not going to the left and right. We're going straight. Blade is that way. Mephits are that way. We don't have to do either one. We don't even really have to kill these guys. If you run straight down the middle, they probably won't notice you. So just zoop. Should be fine. Anybody on the other side? No? Alright. So now we're going to do a little puzzle. That is a big scary demon. They are capable of doing some pretty decent damage, plus they drop fire strikes. I would kill everything in this little circle, including that. We'll hit the Fire Reaver in a moment. But definitely giving a big old smite to the Drow Cleric. That everybody? Alright. We have some colors on a wall here. I usually remember it by like 2 Tetris pieces. So green, yellow, and then higher up we have red, blue. Green, yellow, red, blue. This matches up with this wall of symbols. So what we're going to want, green, yellow, red, blue was the order. So green lines up with this H. So green, H, yellow, N, then back, it was lower ones than higher, red pound symbol, blue, F. Now we have the combination we need to open the lock. Beat up another Fire Reaver. There's a couple of these Fire Reavers down these paths. So be careful not to just like send somebody in by themselves. I mean, I play solo, so I'm going to send me. But if you're just like, oh, I'll stand here at the puzzle answer on this side, and I'll stand over here on this side, and you go run and flip the levers, they're going to have to fight all the demons by themselves. Green is an H. There's another demon. He looks like he needs a smite. Bonk. Smite's more fun when it crits. Blue is F. What do we got now? Red. Red is pound. These are always the same, by the way. You can just go look at them on the wiki, and you don't have to solve the puzzle at all. You can just look up the answer. They're not random. But it only takes a second to write them down. Let's see, and yellow was N. So what that's going to do is it's going to drop the force field in the big middle area. And now we can fight Bishop Zashoth. So we need to kill him. We need to kill his big statue. And there's going to be another Fire Reaver that spawns. So how are we doing on fire resist? That's fine. I'm going to put up acid resist because I think he casts acid arrow. It doesn't hurt to do it anyway. Oh, right. And fire resistance for the hireling. And we're good. Just going to feed this guy his tail. Beat up the Fire Reaver. Apparently there's also a Mephit. And when we smash this thing, we win. 2 chests. And that is the end of Sorrowdusk. We're going to go and talk to the ogre leader one more time. He's going to give us a chain reward that has named items on it. I don't believe the named items drop anywhere in the quests. It is only full chain completion at the ogre. I think you can skip the first couple quests Like, I think he gives you an option to repeat his portion of the quest. So if you really want a named item, I think you can reset just him. You don't have to go and do the Bruku ones. We'll find out. We'll test it here in a minute. I want to stop and talk to him for a second, so I'm going to not leave 100 things chasing me. Bum, 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 bum. So what do I think about Sorrowdusk? It's an old pack. It's got some very deadly traps, a lot of backtracking, and there's not really any loot to write home about here. And the level ranges are super... Like, it starts at 6 and ends at... The last one's 10, I think. It's like they took Tangleroot and just made it harder. Like, this entire chain is just Tangleroot 2. Except instead of only having to walk 5 feet between the quest giver and the quest, you gotta run around the entire goddamn island back and forth. By itself. By itself. Running around the stupid island back and forth. That's the thing that annoys me the most about this pack. Alright. Lots. Lots and lots and lots of named items. Apparently they did get a little bit of a polish. It's got some augment slots on it, which didn't exist when this pack came out. But this is still a large shield whose main ability is it gives you a boost to swim. The most meme skill of all of the skills. You can get a machete with 1 use of rage. And does slightly more damage than normal with its slicing ability. You can get a hammer of -1 dexterity and -5 balance. I don't recall any of these being anything to write home about. Okay, strength 3, dexterity 4 isn't bad, but they've rebalanced the game a couple times, and I don't think +3 and +4 are anything good at level 9 anymore. Meh. Because remember, the last quests of this chain, so that you can get these items, is level 10. These items, this is another swim item. The mummified bat is something. It is a trinket that has feather falling. So it's feather falling on a slot that doesn't normally have feather falling. So now you can use your cloak and or your boots for something else and still have feather falling. So there is a little bit of value to the bat. I guess they did add the rune arm in there, but I'm going to take this fish. I stopped an evil cult and all I got was a fish. Nope. Can't reset just the back half. Obviously, I don't think you should buy this pack. I will say the quests themselves are not as individually grueling as I remember. I think that some of my distaste for the backtracking colored the quests themselves. The quests are fine. If I gotta pick some highlights, I like the quest where you have to go and smash the altars. It's basically like a scavenger hunt. I like that quest. I know where all the altars are, but going and finding all of the things in the place, sure, it's a big cool temple. Easy to get lost in, but I like that there's like that overlook is the first real look at the main hall you get, is you're looking down on the evil temple. That's a nice touch. I give him credit for that. I like that you come in, like the last 4 quests, I like that you come in the back door when you revisit that, it's what quest? The first one is smash the altars in the temple itself. The second one, you come in the back door. I like that. I like that you actually come in the back door you find. And you're basically doing a thing you couldn't do before, so that quest might as well be a new quest. Doesn't feel as repetitive. Killing the mephits is completely separate from killing the bosses. That might as well count as 2 different quests. That's fine, that it shares the map. It's just those first ones that it's literally just run back and forth and high-five the guy in between, and it's like, why can I not just do all of it while I'm here? Just let me through the doors. Just let me through the doors. I don't know if it's, like, coding-wise possible, but just let me through the door. Make it an optional in the first quest for me to go kill the guy I'm supposed to kill in the second quest, and if I've completed the optional, let me skip to quest 3. Just let me do it. Make him harder. I don't know. I'm out. I need to go back to Stormreach, please. Yeah. So, I would not buy Sorrowdusk. I would not buy Sorrowdusk on sale. It's not really worth worrying about. If you got it for free from a quest code, give it a run, but it's very skippable. There's nothing special out here. If you really... The best reason I can give you to buy Sorrowdusk, the number one reason to buy Sorrowdusk, is gambling that they update it like they've updated a lot of the older packs. And when they add epic mode and revamp all the items and smooth out all the stuff to add quality of life fixes and stuff to these old packs, they usually up the price a little bit. So if you really want to squeeze out some value and you're not expecting them to give it away for free again like they've done twice already, buy it on sale and you'll get it before the price increase. If you're a gambler and you think they're going to do that. That's it. That's the only reason I can think of to buy it on sale right now. Just wait for it to be free again. Anyway, I'm out. Next time, we're going to go to White Plume Mountain. Those are some very interesting little quests. So, that one you should definitely check out. That one's got a doozy of a quest in it. So, see you then.